You want to know a quick framework that's going to help you with all your product design and goals to launch your app needs? All right, well, check this out. It's called the GOAT framework, G-O-A-T, and I'll share with you really quickly. G for GOAT. That actually represents the goals that you have for your product. It actually represents the tangible things that you really want to achieve out of what you're working on. And it's pretty simple. Let me get it out of the way. All right, so now that we're across the street, the idea is G for goals. You really want to establish your frontline goals first. You want to make sure you have objectives, scopes. What are you trying to accomplish with doing or launching the product that you are out to do? The next letter in the GOAT framework is the O. O stands for outline. And in this, you want to make sure that you are outlining the structure of your application. So for example, what's the actual layout of the elements? What components, can't walk in front of that. What components do you want to showcase while you're actually working? What's going to bring the most value here in this moment to your user? So that's O. You can do this with wireframes, sketches, even a skeletal shell of something that's going to solve the problem, because that's what you're really striving for. So that's the O. In a minute, I'm gonna be safe trying to cross the street. Then we'll jump into the rest of the framework. So we made it across the safety is key, folks. Back to the framework. A. A is for aesthetic. After we set our goals and make sure we understand what we're trying to accomplish, then we outline things. We shaped it in a way that there's some structure, some orientation around it. Now we bring in the aesthetics. And this is for all of you who are focused on brand, awareness, visual design, application of those styles, all of that. This is where this heavily comes into play, because you want to make sure your brand is represented very well. And you can do that by applying the styles that are representative for that brand. So now that we have those things out, the last thing is the T. Always, always be testing. This includes putting everything you've accomplished, even if it's not the final product, putting that in front of users, putting that in front of stakeholders, even team members, so that they have the advantage of knowing how you're thinking, so they can voice some of the changes. And you'd be surprised how many great things can come out of that exercise. Why? Others are getting informed early, and you gain momentum in understanding how you can start to deliver on all the goals that are tied to the GOAT framework. You can tie it back to the business. You can tie it back to the monetary gain. You can tie it back to your value prop. All of these things are vital to the success of your application. Now, in another video, I'll go over these things in depth. But as long as you use those things, those 4 things in that framework, you will have a recipe for something great to position not only your product, but your services for your customers to love and engage with. All right? So I hope that helps. I know this was an unconventional one while moving around, but it was vital that you are fully aware of how to use it. All right, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone you feel can get value, and consider subscribing. I will see you soon. Bye.